What's up guys, I know it's a bit late, but we finally crossed the finish line with Avengers Infinity War. This review is a week late, but in case you still haven't seen the film, this review does contain spoilers, so if you don't want things spoiled, check back after you had a chance to see the film. You've been warned. The Russos are back as directors and had to manage an absurd amount of characters in this film, and that in no way was a small feat. You get the cast of the Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Black Panther all in one film, while also finally getting an in-depth introduction to the Mad Titan Thanos himself, after only seeing glimpses of him in past years. If you've seen the previous 18 movies in the MCU leading up to this, then you understood that all roads lead here. Thanos is in full pursuit of all 6 Infinity Stones, and we pick up with him destroying what's left for the Asgardians to get one. The heroes are scrambling in desperation to mount an assault to stop Thanos while also trying to guard the stones he doesn't possess. This film took several viewings and a lot of deep thought to put together my thoughts on it. So much happens and so many amazing things take place that you literally have to see it more than once to process things and appreciate what you watch. Thanos is amazing, not just as a villain, but as a character. Every time he's on screen, you have this rise in tension and anticipation for something bad to happen, because that's pretty much what you get every time you see him. His mission was a bit spotty, but his conviction and devotion to fulfill it no matter the cost was very compelling. You believe that he fully believes in what he's doing, and he even has a bit of logic on his side to justify it. And while you hate him for what he does in the film, you understand him, and that's what you want in a great villain. Of all the heroes in the film, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Thor are at the top. Great performances from all three, and they lead the charge in trying to stop Thanos. The Guardians of the Galaxy get a bit of screen time here, and I think the Russos do a great job of incorporating James Gunn's style when the Guardians are introduced, and when they're bickering and making jokes. Captain America's team, as well as Black Panther, probably got the least amount of time on screen, but I did enjoy seeing their introduction, and they also get to shine a bit in the final battle scene in Wakanda. Speaking of battle scenes, my favorites were the battle on Titan and when Thor touches down in Wakanda, and I also really liked the fight in New York in the beginning of the film. Now, most people knew going in to expect a fair amount of characters to be killed in the film because that's kind of what Thanos does, but I was still pretty shocked by a few of the choices they made. Of all the deaths in the film, I would say that Black Panther was the most shocking because I didn't expect him at all, as well as the majority of the Guardians dying. The most impactful death was Gamora because her death was the most meaningful and served to further the plot while also setting up a confrontation between Star-Lord and Thanos that I'll touch on more in a bit. Doctor Strange's death was shocking but also demoralizing because he was such a key figure in the story, and losing not only his help but also his knowledge was huge. Groot and Spider-Man were the saddest deaths for me because of how they were handled. Rocket's reaction to Groot dying and Spider-Man breaking down and pleading for his life just made those deaths really sad, and there was a lot of crying in the theater. Now, as much as I love this movie, I did have some issues with it. I was a bit disappointed with the battle in Wakanda because I felt they didn't showcase any of Wakanda's technology and reduced their defense to a force field and a ground battle when we saw in Black Panther that they are capable of a lot more than that. The Black Order, or the Children of Thanos, were a bit underwhelming as well. They got to shine a little, mainly the Ebony Maw, but the way they were so easily killed off was a bit of a letdown, and I was hoping for a bit more resistance from them. Also, watching this more than once, I realized how much you can feel the 2-hour runtime at times, and thought they could have trimmed things down a bit, mainly the part where Thor is trying to forge his new axe. Finally, I wanted to address the big controversy of a Star-Lord attacking Thanos and ultimately being the cause of Thanos winning, and why that's nonsense. In the first Guardians movie, it's established that Quill will ignore logic when it comes to Gamora when you see him hop out of his ship to try to save her when she's floating in space. In the second film, it's established that upon hearing that someone he loved was hurt or killed, he will instantly lash out and attack no matter how hopeless the situation. Chris Pratt gave an amazing performance here, and I was sad to see him die in the end. His reaction to Gamora's death was perfectly set up within the film and totally stays true to his character. If you want to be mad, blame Doctor Strange for never using the Time Stone to fight Thanos or using it to stop Quill. Or be mad with Thor for not going for the head or the arm but instead choosing to gloat and allow Thanos to win. Or be mad with Iron Man for literally having a blade and not simply cutting off Thanos' arm. I know it's a bit of a rant, but you guys get my point. Back up off of Star-Lord. In the end, this movie was amazing. I'm glad I got to experience it with a live audience. It's not perfect, but it's damn good. I'm going to give Avengers Infinity War an 8.9 out of 10. But if you're not a fan of the Marvel movies or superhero movies, then I say it's a 4 out of 10, because you'll be bored and confused by most of what you see. Let me know what you guys thought down below if you've seen it, and what did you love and hate about the film. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and check out my other reviews for the MCU movies. I'll link the playlist down below. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you on the next one.